Today, we're discussing a topic that's essential for maintaining balance and achieving success: setting boundaries with clients and teams. Boundaries are what protect your time, energy, and focus. They help you stay productive, maintain healthy relationships, and avoid burnout. Yet, many of us struggle to set and enforce them. In this episode, we will explore why boundaries are so critical, common challenges in setting them, and practical strategies to establish boundaries that work for you and your business. Let's dive in. Let me ask you this: how often do you say yes to something you don't have time for just to avoid disappointing someone? Or how many times have you taken on extra work only to feel overwhelmed and resentful later? You're not alone. Setting boundaries can be tough, but it's one of the most empowering steps you can take for your personal and professional well-being. Today, I will share actionable tips to help you create clear boundaries, communicate them effectively, and stick to them so you can achieve more without sacrificing your peace of mind. Let's start by understanding why boundaries are so important, especially in a business context. Number one, they protect your time. Time is your most valuable resource. Clear boundaries help you prioritize high-impact activities and avoid unnecessary distractions. Number two, they prevent burnout. Without boundaries, it's easy to overcommit and stretch yourself too thin. Boundaries give you space to recharge and maintain balance. Number three, they build respect. Boundaries show others that you value your time and energy, and they encourage others to respect those limits. Number four, they improve relationships. When you set expectations up front, it reduces misunderstandings and conflicts with clients and team members. For example, Lucy struggled with saying no to clients who demanded last-minute changes. This led to late nights, missed deadlines, and constant stress. Once they implemented clear boundaries, like a policy for revision requests, they not only regained control of their schedule, but also improved their client relationships. Boundaries are not barriers. They are bridges to healthier, more productive interactions. Now that we understand their importance, let's address some common challenges people face when trying to set boundaries. Number one, fear of disappointing others. Many people avoid setting boundaries because they don't want to seem unhelpful or upset others. Number two, unclear expectations. If boundaries are not communicated clearly, others might unintentionally cross them. Number three, inconsistency. Setting boundaries is one thing. Sticking to them is another. Inconsistency can undermine your efforts. Number four, cultural or workplace norms. In some environments, there is an expectation to always be available or say yes to every request. Here's a tip: it is important to reframe boundaries as a positive tool, not a restriction. They are not about shutting people out. They are about creating space for what matters most. Let's move on to the actionable part: how to set and enforce boundaries effectively. Number one, define your boundaries. Start by identifying what's most important to you. Ask yourself, what drains my time and energy? What do I need to feel balanced and productive? Number two, communicate clearly. Once you define your boundaries, communicate them openly and respectfully. For example, to a client, I'm happy to make revisions, but I will need at least 48 hours to complete them. To a team, I'm available for meetings between 10 a.m. and 4 p.m. If something urgent comes up outside of that time, please email me. Number three, be consistent. Stick to your boundaries consistently. If you allow exceptions too often, it sends mixed signals. Number four, learn to say no gracefully. Practice saying no in a way that's firm but kind. For example, I would love to help, but I'm currently at capacity. Can we revisit this next month? Number five, use tools to reinforce boundaries. Leverage tools like scheduling apps, email autoresponders, and task management software to enforce boundaries automatically. Here's a tip: start small. Choose one boundary to implement this week and build from there as you gain confidence. Let me share another example. A small business owner often found themselves working late nights because they felt obligated to respond to client emails immediately, even outside of business hours. Through coaching, they established a clear boundary. Business emails would be addressed during office hours. To support this, they added an email autoresponder stating, "Thank you for your message. I'll get back to you within 24 hours during business hours." The result? Clients respected the new policy and the business owner regained their evenings for personal time. The lesson: when you set and communicate boundaries effectively, people will respect them and you will feel more in control of your time and energy. Setting boundaries is not about being rigid or difficult. It's about creating the conditions for your success and well-being. Clear, respectful boundaries allow you to focus on what matters most while maintaining positive relationships with clients and teams. Here's my challenge for you. Take 15 minutes this week to identify one area where you need stronger boundaries. Start small, communicate your limits clearly, and stick to them. If you are ready for more strategies to optimize your time and relationships, subscribe to the Success Blueprint newsletter. You will gain exclusive tools and resources to help you grow your business and lead effectively. Find the link in this post or visit pedrobarquero.com. Thank you for tuning in to episode 16. In the next episode, we will explore how to nurture long-term client relationships, a critical skill for sustainable business growth. Until then, stay intentional, stay balanced, and keep building your success blueprint.